Hi, everybody. I'm Jackie Laco with Sky Therapy. I am a licensed therapist in Arizona and creator of the Icarus model. So I've been practicing equine assisted psychotherapy, since about 2010. And I wanted to go over some of the different interventions that I have, especially separate the horses. So there's some misperceptions with that one that we are stressing the horses out and we are separating them. And I want to go over how it's done just because since I'm selling this manual to you and I'm not working with you one-on-one and teaching you in the Icarus model, there are some ways you guys are going to interpret it. So separate the horses is done in an arena or a small area, not a big pasture. And then what you would do is you'd put two horses who are bonded together. So you can even do it with three, however you would like. My horses are always free roaming. There's a gate right there that's open to their pastures, and the pastures are open to the big areas where the horses can be stalled if we like, if we close the stalls or we leave them open because they're very, very wide. So the horses have free roaming choice. But with this activity, we place all the horses wherever they want to be. You know, if the client can encourage them to come into the arena, that's wonderful. If you have a setup like this. And then what we do is I ask the client, I wonder if you can separate the horses. So this is done without hands-on, with no halters. Horses are at liberty. So at no point should you see stress within your horses. And then as the equine specialist or as the provider who's doing both, you want to make sure you're cueing into the horses. You're looking at their eyes. If they don't have fly masks on, you're looking at their body language. You're looking at any tension. You know, Coral right now is relieving a lot of tension. And then Fiji and Zale over there are actually playing. So, and I always do an intro before I do any kind of interventions with my clients. So I'll talk to them about maybe a time where they had to leave a friend or a time where they had to leave their parents. And we would chat a little bit about that and how they were able to resource through it. And then I would ask them, I wonder, would you like to separate the horses? And remember, there's no hands-on or anything like this, no halters, no treats, nothing. And the client would come and they would use their mind. They would maybe use pictures. So they would hang out with this bonded pair and they would see what they could do to separate. Now, in my session examples that I've done over the past 15 years, clients will sometimes say, come here, horsey, come here, horsey. Or they might confidently walk away like, oh, the horses always follow me. They'll follow me. Or they might say, okay, Zale, come on over. So I've decided to isolate the miniature horse. So he's willingly coming with me over here. So over here, you guys can see me with the miniature horse. So I have successfully separated the horses. So this would be a separation. They're quite far. My mini horse Zale is quite far from my big ones. So this would be an example of the model of the intervention, separating the horses. I was able to just think in my brain what I wanted to happen, and Zale was able to come and share space with me and feel secure in this corner with me, while Coral Sky and Fiji are over there in the corner. Now, he is a bonded pair to them because if I ever have to take him off the property to the vet or the farrier, or sometimes we do equine body work or chiropractic about an hour away, I'm not able to take my entire herd with me. So I do have to take one of the horses sometimes. So this is actually a really good activity too, because we can't always keep the herd together as much as we'd like to. Sometimes we have an emergency and I can't always take two horses to the vet when I go to the vet. There's just not that anybody to watch the other horse in the trailer when I take the horses to the hospital. So right now, Zale has decided to return to his herd, and I'm allowing him to do that. So I, in no way, shape, or form, are causing any stress with the horses. I'm merely just trying to see how the client's mind works and to see if they can effectively communicate just using their body language. And now see Zale is coming and following me. So Zale and I are bonded. Then I did raise this horse from a 7-month-old little guy. So we do have quite a bond. But I have seen this in sessions where my clients are able to do this. Sometimes my clients are able to even take the horses even further. So one horse might be on the edge of the pasture, and then one horse might be in here. And that's accidental. That's not anything I ever say, separate the horses that far away. It's just because one of the horses feels bonded to the client and has a desire to continue with the client, while my other horse decides to continue munching the yummy grass over there or continue munching the hay that they have. So I hope this helped answer any questions. Now, processing with the client after this, what I would do is we would talk about, well, how did you make the decision? And what influenced you when you were over there just hanging out with Zale? So I would ask a lot of trauma-informed questions. We never say, tell me. And we never use language that's really, really forceful in any way. It's always, I invite you to, if you would like to, kind of process with me for a moment. Let's go ahead and process for a moment. I'm wondering about your thought process. And then when I teach this to children versus adults, it's very different. The processing is always very, very different. So keep that in mind too. This book is only made to be a guide for you. So hopefully if you're practicing equine-assisted psychotherapy, you have a mentor that's helping you, a supervisor that's helping you. If you're practicing equine-assisted learning, same thing. Hopefully you have somebody you can ask questions to. And if you guys don't, this was really made to be in addition to my consultation group, which I run on Mondays every other week at 2:00 Arizona time. So then we can go over questions you have. I can help you in any way. If you're not a member of this inexpensive group, you can always email me for any questions. I also love feedback. We always want to make our practice model better and better. And our goal is to partner with the horse, not frustrate the horse in any way. So I welcome feedback, and thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you, little man.